Hello world, meet Marvin the Metrocab. Well, that's the name it seems to have been given. Been, you've got to excuse me, I'm kind of new to this. So I've been instructed by various friends and family that I really should put my next project on YouTube. And with this being about the biggest and worst, I thought, well, we'll do this one. All my friends and colleagues think I've taken absolute leave of my senses acquiring this, but there is method in my madness. So let me try and explain. I have a bit of a thing for sleepers. I'm sort of toyed with the idea for a while of building a V8 black cab. And then you realise, well, it's been done a couple of times before. So I thought a little bit sideways and thought, there was those other things, those Metrocab things. I wonder if I can find one of them. Well, they're a bit few and far between and thin on the ground. However, a friend of mine put me onto this one, which kind of was abandoned on an industrial estate. Well, when I say abandoned, the guy had bought it for the engine and gearbox for his Transit, and it basically was being used to store said engine and gearbox until such time as he used it, and then he was just going to crush it and throw it away. So, although the engine and gearbox are not staying with me and going back to the owner, I have the rest of it. At the moment it's filthy dirty, full of rubbish, but it does look far worse than it actually is. Having gone round it, most of the underbody structure is okay. There's some localised problems under the driver's side and the driver's A-pillar, and some other bits and pieces of the sort of body skeleton that need repair. We'll do that, not a problem, once the body's off, ably assisted by my best friend who happens to be an engineer. So the plan at the moment is we're going to have a good poke and prod around it, see what repairs are needed to the bits that we actually are keeping, which, to be fair, is all the body related stuff and body electrics really. Then we're going to strip the interior out, get as much off the body to make it as light as possible for lifting off. I have a 2-post ramp going in shortly, which will make it easier. We'll carry out the repairs to the A-pillar and under the body, and then we'll be reworking, even possibly making a new chassis to go underneath it to carry some different running gear. That at the moment, based on the fact that the track is very similar and the wheelbase is very similar, is likely to be Jaguar XJR, but that is kind of subject to change at the moment. So first steps, like I said, we're going to sort of just assess it really, which is quite important. Although this, strictly speaking, isn't a restoration. When you're restoring any vehicle, and I've 34 years experience doing that, first step is to make an assessment of what you've got, what units will carry over, what things need repairing, what needs looking at, and to make sure stuff works or doesn't work, so you know what you're going to find and go through it that way. Possibly give the body a clean off, though I need to get it outside to do that, and I've no intentions of trying to start this engine. It's a good old-fashioned Transit banana engine, but obviously timing belt, I have no idea. I don't know when it last ran. The guy I got it off says it last ran about 6 years ago, and he said it was driving absolutely fine when he parked it up. But the other issue, of course, is because all the brakes were seized on, it was lifted onto a trailer with a stacker truck, which has absolutely crimped the exhaust flat. So I'm not messing with it. We just need to sort of fiddle. Me and my mate, we spent about 2 hours the other night getting the bonnet open because the hinges were absolutely seized solid. So that's going to be a sign of things to come. car's fiberglass bodied, so it's not rusty on the outside. However, there is some crazing damage, and it has got that sort of well lived in look that it has after 900,000 miles. Now, I may keep the patina, not bother painting it, and just leave it as it is, because it's not sort of full of holes or anything. Or we may go all out and paint it, but I have that option later on once the sort of thing's back together as a running vehicle, and we'll take it from there then. So we'll just play it step by step, really. This is sort of an introduction, shall we say, sort of the first video in what's going to be a long and rambling series. I've kind of decided to do this morning with mobile phone in hand, so unfortunately that's all it's going to be. I'm not playing around with video editing software. I don't intend to be a vlogger. I'll leave that to the people with the pouty lips and the funny eyebrows. This is more just to document this for friends, family, posterity, and anyone that might actually be interested. So I said it's going to take a while, because the only free time I have is at weekends, and obviously this is quite a big project, so there'll be lots of little videos here, there and everywhere appearing. I'll do a video about me, my background, and I'll do another video sort of hints and tips and whys and wherefores of restoring cars, based on the sort of experience and knowledge I have of it. But yeah, I've taken this on mainly because it's a challenge. They just don't exist. There's no information on them. They don't exist anymore. There's no real spare parts floating around on eBay for them. It's just an interesting old thing, really. But the other thing we're going to do to it, which is a little bit off the cuff for a circa 400 horsepower sleeper, is I'm going to turn it into a mini camper. So the back space here, because I spent a lot of time at Santa Pod crewing for a drag racing team. There's enough room in here to make something to sleep in, so it's not going to be the fastest thing in the world, it's not going to be the best handling thing in the world, but it's going to be good fun, and it's going to be something usable and practical at the end of it. So thanks for putting up with me. You can do what people do and hit the subscribe button if you want. And that's it for now. Thank you very much.